Welcome to Beyond the Pew, a podcast. It's been a while, folks, and it is so nice to be back on the mics on a, what is this, Thursday afternoon at 2:10. If you want to know how my brain is, there it is.
What were you supposed to say?
It's a podcast equipping the church to know Christ and make him known. I'm Corey.
Podcast. Codfish.
I'm Corey, and that's Chris.
I'm Chris, yeah. Hey, we have not turned on, we haven't hit the record button in a while.
Since the 2nd of June.
Yeah. Well, once summer gets here, it gets a little squirrely. We've had a ton going on.
Yeah.
So, for example, we had, there's vacations.
Oh, yeah. In and out.
Then there is Vacation Bible School.
Yeah, why do we call it Vacation Bible School in the first place?
Not a vacation.
No.
It was fun. We had a great week.
Yes.
And then we brought on staff a new assistant pastor.
Yes.
Kevin, which I hope you'll do a podcast with him.
Hopefully.
And introduce him to.
It depends on how long he's here today.
To our podcast.
Because he works
audience.
in the mornings.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's at work for FedEx.
Still.
He
gave his notice,
leaves.
but he's got to work that out.
Soon. And so, right now he's going in the morning to FedEx, and he's staying here all day.
Now, when we say morning, we mean 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we're talking 3 a.m. people. People that hours that normally no people see.
Yeah. So, yes.
Or that few people see.
Yeah, so it's been busy with a lot of things. The month of June was just crazy for us.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was so full.
Honestly, I don't remember much.
And then you hit July 4th week, and it's just we don't have a consistent schedule much in the summer. Things are just upside down.
I do appreciate that about the school year.
Well, I do too.
Because it just kind of levels out, or we know what we're expecting.
And it's been hot at times, and so it's been miserable at times, and so
we had a couple days of 100. So
yeah, and so it's been a good summer. It's been a really great summer, and then we have these pop-up rain showers that just we might have a deluge.
It honestly reminds me a lot of Florida.
Yeah, we've had some of those. I mean, it's been crazy. We've been busy with a lot of ministry stuff. Mm-hmm. We do a summer schedule where we have one service. It's been good.
Yeah,
it's been really good, but we've been busy. We've been fairly busy, and so as a result of just not having a normal schedule, I may not be in here very much. I may be out of town. You're going out of town. It's just been hard to press record. So we thought that we would get back to it maybe a little bit, even though you're getting ready to.
I'm about to eject.
Boogie for a while.
Yeah.
And go on vacation, but.
Yeah, I need it. My brain needs it.
Yeah. We had a really, really great vacation, and I hope I get a little bit more time before the summer's over. But, we're empty nesters, so I can go whenever I want to.
Yeah, what is summer to you?
Every day's vacation, right?
No.
Yeah, I know. We've had visitors over. My brother came to visit with his wife, and he wanted to go to Bowman Gray.
Oh, yeah.
So we did that, and I grilled out some really, really good steaks.
Yes, you did.
I always like to send you pictures of that
stuff. It's called envy.
Yeah, so,
you're stirring up envy within me.
So let me tell you what I did. I got a problem, though. I do have a problem.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
it's the middle of July.
You're not going to think it's a big problem, but it's a massive, major problem. Last night, so we had Wednesday night service.
Yeah.
And there's a place I like to go called McKay's. It's a bookstore, music store thing. It's over on Jonestown Road.
I've been told.
So it takes me a little while to get over there. But I realized they have summer hours. They don't close until 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Tiffany was in Cary.
I'm about to say you're a free bird. That's what you're
so
telling
I said,
me.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ride over after church, right? They close at 10, and church is over around 8:15 by the time I get out of here. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm just going to ride over there and look for used records because, I love to listen to music.
Oh, yeah.
This record player. So I ride over to McKay's and found some great records. Let me tell you what I bought.
Oh, boy. Came from stuff. Okay.
So I bought a Loretta Lynn album entitled "I Like 'Em Country," and the first song is called "Two Mules Pull This Wagon," and It's a song about her husband. He comes home grouchy every night from work, and he's mean to the kids and all this stuff. He's got all these excuses, and she's trying to help him, but she just wants to remind him that 2 mules pull this wagon, buddy. Then I got an album by Merle Haggard. I got his it says Merle Haggard presents his 30th album.
Okay.
Then I got another Loretta Lynn. It says the title is "Who Says God Is Dead." It's one of her gospel records. Jimmy Martin, an old country bluegrass guy, he has a record called "This World Is Not My Home." It's just bluegrass gospel. I got that one.
Nice.
I got Roy Acuff and his Smoky Mountain Boys, the Great Speckled Bird, and other favorites.
Oh, wow. Okay.
More gospel. I love old country gospel stuff. I got a couple blues records. I did pretty good. I got Ernest Tubbs. He wrote a gospel record called "Stand By Me," so I got that. And so I was super excited to listen to my records, clean them up. They're a couple, $2-3.
Yeah, probably
some
a little
of them
scratched.
really dusty. So I put the Loretta Lynn album on, and it's so good.
Okay, good.
I listened to side 1. I flipped it over to side 2, and here's where the problem came. Hit the start button, and when the needle hit the vinyl, it slid all the way across it.
No.
Like, all the way across.
That's bad.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
I said, no, wait a minute. Well, it's never done this before. So
it's not slick. I'm assuming you have
skates.
grooves.
It goes.
Oh, that's not
across.
good.
So it did it a second time, and I was like, wait a minute. So I got an old, terrible record that somebody gave me that I don't ever listen to. Like Chris Bean goes to these yard sales, and he gives me these records. So I didn't care if this record got scratched up. It's like just this horrible record. Nobody even knows what it is. I mean, really. And it skates all the way across. So I looked it up, and I had ordered a new needle. So here's my problem. I've got new music,
and you can't listen to it.
Can't listen to it.
That is actually terrible.
It's terrible.
That I
it's terrible. That's one of the ways I like to relax. I like to sit downstairs, maybe read, and play records while I'm reading. It takes me back, right?
Yeah.
To a simpler time. So I'm anxious now. I mean, it won't come. The needle won't come until tomorrow, and I don't even know that that's the problem. I mean, I looked it up and it said it's troubleshooting.
Right.
There's counterbalances and stuff on the arm, and I don't know. I'm going to try the needle thing first.
But the fact that it just started, that's kind of weird.
Just started, man. It's crazy. So anyway,
that's almost as bad as your
first world problems.
Almost as bad as your Walkman being broken.
That's right. That's right. The batteries go out in your Walkman when you're out on a walk. Your sports Walkman.
Yes.
You used to have one of those. Then you had your Discman.
Oh yeah. I remember them.
I made a CD, MP3 CD of 80s music.
Okay.
And I had a little CD Discman kind of thing that I hooked up in my car. And I had to have my car only had a cassette player. So I had the cassette that went in that hooked into, what I'm talking about? It was connected to the Discman.
Oh, yeah.
This is no lie, brother. No lie. I had about 6.5 days of 80s music on one CD.
That's a good road trip.
I could play that 80s music CD for 6.5 days before it would start over. That's how many MP3s I had on there.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And I never really got through the whole thing, because I never. But anyway, it's different now. And so now I'm wanting to go back all the way to vinyl. And yes, I had to buy a needle. It's expensive too. It's $40.
What kind of player do you have?
It's like an Audio Technica, and I know nobody's interested in this. But here, if you are listening to this, if you are listening to this, and you've got like records sitting around and you don't listen to them anymore, I would love to listen to them.
Yeah.
I would love to.
But I think it's valuable. I mean, I think it's quite cool to hear what my pastor is actually into. So many people think that we're just food guys and
well, I love all kinds of music, but when I find like a $2 Loretta Lynn album,
I've seen you. I've seen you go through them like.
Yeah, I know. I can fly through them. So, and there's a really good used record store in Thomasville.
Oh, really?
On the main drag in Thomasville.
I've been told many times to go to McKay's, and I have not been there yet. I was just over that way. Went to O'Brien's with Kevin.
You weren't too far from McKay's.
Yeah, and he was telling me, I know where Yeah, have you been to McKay's?
That's one of the good things about having a new staff member. We get to introduce them to all the good places.
We're gonna have to go to Slappy soon, brother.
We went to Kermit's yesterday.
Yep.
But that was courtesy of Will Hill. Chairman of Deacons took us all out. But I don't know that had Kevin ever been to Kermit's before?
No, he had never. He's never been to any of these places.
Oh, so this is fun. You know, it's fun.
His wife and him went to Nick's yesterday. It was her first time.
Oh yeah,
and she said it was pretty great.
Yeah, pretty great. That's kind of fun, you know.
I don't remember exactly what you said, Ashley, but I do remember you being very satisfied when I saw you about it.
We'll get Kevin broken in on all these places, and then hopefully we'll be ready to bring on a new worship guy. He'll join our team, and we'll do it all over again.
We'll do it all over again, the whole tour, and find some new places. While we were over there. I think it is off Jonestown. There is a Greek street food restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Right. I mean, it's just off to the left.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoop, coming back there. I love Greek food, man.
Well, in a week and a half, there's going to be a food truck festival at the fairgrounds. Huge.
I won't be here again.
It's called Foodie Fest. I'm thinking about going over there.
What day?
It's like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday deal. I don't know. It's going to be huge.
August, like the very beginning?
No, 2 weeks. In July. You'll be gone.
Oh.
You won't be here. So I'm thinking about it.
This is what happens. I leave and all the good stuff happens.
What I need to do is I need to lose some weight. And we hire new staff, and I got to take them to Kermit's.
So hard.
My brother comes in town, and I got to bring home a box of Red's donuts.
Oh, I have not done that in a while.
Yeah, I have to do that.
You know what's funny is they have this thing called the carnivore diet. Have you seen this?
Oh, I know all about it. Yeah,
brother, you should just get on the carnivore diet.
Well,
you don't.
I did have to go to the doctor and do some blood work, and my iron is low.
Hey, that's a good excuse right there.
And I told Tiff, I said, you know what this means?
More red meat.
Lots of red meat. She's not a big red meat person.
Oh.
But I am. So yeah.
You can eat your steak and hers.
So she can have her yogurt and salad. Her little chickpea bowl was I don't know.
I like chickpeas
greens, but
only when they're called garbanzo.
I mean, they're good. They're good. I like it. I don't like. She makes these little bowls at home. They're delicious. And all of it's hummus and brown rice and garbanzo beans and salad and
aren't garbanzo beans and chickpeas the same?
Yeah, they're pretty much the same. It makes all that stuff in there, and it's wonderful. I mean, it's really, really, really good.
Have you ever had a garbanzo bean soup?
I'm not sure.
Chorizo, cabbage, garbanzo beans, sausage.
Sounds pretty good.
Oh, it's really good. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. All right, so now we've lost half the people. So what do we want to talk about? Let's talk about a couple things.
Okay.
Church life. Summer's an interesting time for churches everywhere, and it's good. People vacate, and they spend time with their family, so it's a really good thing. Summertime. Summertime's also good for gardens. So we have people that come in here and bring us
green beans,
fresh produce. It's fun.
Yeah,
blackberries. Tiffany made a blackberry cobbler the other night. So things like that. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's good. Swimming pools and trips to the mountains and the beach, and it's just a great season. Kids are out of school. We got camps. We got Vacation Bible School, all that stuff.
Yeah,
and still preaching through Galatians. And so I don't know when I'm going to see the end of it. It's been a while.
We got one more chapter, brother. So it does get kind of choppy here. Like Paul's reminding us, of all the things that he already talked about.
Yeah, the bulk of the book is this theological argument.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, he's kind of like, so here's how this plays out in your day-to-day practical life. So we're working through that part right now. And so we'll just keep plugging away at Galatians and finish that up. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I've got a couple ideas, but I'm not sure. So it's been fun preaching through Galatians. One of the interesting things about it is that Paul is so adamant that our standing, our acceptance before God is based on grace through faith in Christ. It's not based on our performance.
It can't be, in fact.
It's not based on our obedience. It's not based on our performance. And the number of people that have commented, especially visitors that have been showing up this summer, is coming out of churches where they heard the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
Which was their entire sort of God's smile upon their life was completely dependent on their obedience to the law.
Yeah.
And so it's been good to have those conversations with people that are saying, wow, this is like water to my dry soul.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's been good. I think it's been a good series for us to work through as a church. But also this summer, we've been thinking about the future. Summer's a little bit of it's busy, especially June. July is a little bit of a lull.
It's busy doing things, though. It's not necessarily busy, it's not overwhelming by any means. It does give us some chances to think.
But we're having an opportunity to say, okay, what's the fall going to look like? What's the future going to look like? And part of that process of thinking through that has been to sync up with the work that the church started many years ago, thinking about the future.
Yeah.
And the church, I don't know, it's been 6 years at least, 6-7 years.
In 2018.
But, you know, when you have COVID hit in 2020, COVID shut everything down here for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So but right before COVID hit, the church very wisely worked through a strategic planning process, thinking about the future. And the result of that was hiring a firm, and that firm coming in and doing some evaluations and then presenting its findings and recommendations.
Yeah.
Which I think very valid recommendations. So we picked that back up this summer and basically decided that I kind of felt like we missed a step 6 years ago, but you had a whole lot going on. And the steps...
there was turnover, there was COVID, and then coming out of COVID, it became... They were trying to do another thing. I mean, it's really been kind of one thing after another for 6 years. So it's hard to do.
Yeah. So I think the step that was kind of missed inadvertently was the opportunity for the entire church to sit down in one big setting and talk about the strategic planning process.
Yeah.
And to talk about the report, talk about the results, talk about the spiritual diagnosis of the church, talk about the recommendations, talk about actually the opportunities. Our community is growing like crazy.
Yeah.
And so we decided this summer we would do that. And so last Sunday night, that's what we did. We all sat down, close to 100 of us.
Yep, 91.
Yeah, and doesn't count the kids that were all downstairs. There were probably about 25 to 30 people downstairs doing their thing. But we had a really good conversation. Who are we? Where are we? I mean, we're in Welcome. What's going on in Welcome? Well, a lot's going on in Welcome.
Yeah.
Starbucks is about to open in Welcome.
Which is insane.
And if you are not from this community, if you're listening to the podcast, you're not from this community, this is nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about not a Starbucks inside a grocery store. No. A standalone box Starbucks.
Yep.
Is about
the whole
to
nine
open
with
up.
a drive-through and everything.
Yeah, they just hung the sign.
Yep.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, I don't think people realize how nuts this is.
Well, a little bit of context. So, like in early 2000, so 2002, 2003, 2004, I had my aunt and uncle live here, and so we came to come see them at some point. I don't remember, and there was nothing on that corner. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's a junkyard.
It was a junkyard. There was nothing there. The Sheetz wasn't there.
So we have a Sheetz gas station.
Yeah.
Which I really like Sheetz. Sheetz is one of those, it's a gas station you go in there and order food.
Yeah,
right?
it's like Wawa, but not nearly it's not as good. Those people
I know it's not as good, but I'll tell you the Sheetz thing, and I haven't done it in a while. I've had to sort of back off a little bit. But one of my favorite things to do is go in there and order a large fried cheese thing.
Oh, yeah, they do. They have cheese curds.
Oh my word, fried cheese curds.
Yes,
I personally like theirs they're salty enough. They're just salty enough. Anyway, I got off on that.
What are those things? Those corn? Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
you got me all sideways.
So who would have thought Sheetz would be there for one?
Yeah, that would have been nuts to even think about.
Because it's a junkyard right there, and now it's gone.
And now it's a Sheetz and a Taco Bell and an industrial park across the street.
Like a city across the street.
Yeah.
An industrial city. It's massive.
And then you have the high school when you get down the road, and a gym that just opened.
Yeah.
I mean, so this is so new for this area.
Yeah.
I mean, 20 years, 25 years, this place, it looks nothing like it did in 2000.
And it's not going to look like this in 5 years. It's going to change even more.
It's growing so rapidly.
So the challenge, the opportunity is there. The challenge is for the church to be prepared for it. And that's what we've been talking about.
Yep.
How can we as a people be prepared for what God's bringing to us?
Yeah.
We don't want to hinder the work of the Spirit. We definitely don't want to, live in such a way as a church family that we would miss the opportunity in front of us.
Yeah.
And so, it was, I thought we had a really good conversation the other night. I thought it was really, really positive.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like as a church, we're like, this is who we are and where we are. So let's figure out what we need to do to have a healthy, effective ministry to our community and beyond.
Yeah.
How are we going to make disciples? How are we going to reach people with the gospel? So it was good. I thought it was a really, really good beginning to our conversations. I was super encouraged by that.
Yeah, we have a lot of things planned.
Yeah.
Coming out of that meeting that will honestly just continue, I think, to solidify God's purpose and will for First Baptist Welcome and the surrounding area. And I'm really just hoping to see our church kind of just take up the mantle for the proclamation of the gospel here in Welcome, Lexington, Arcadia, Clemens, wherever they are, and not be. One of the big things we talked about was being inwardly focused, just getting our eyes out, outside of the church and seeing how much and how drastic the change has been. I mean, we had, I don't know how many permits actually pulled, but there were 1,600 of them applied for our new housing.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of crazy that we'd have even 100, but
oh yeah. It's gonna be a lot of people moving here. Now, every church, doesn't matter if you're a member at First Welcome or you're a member of the biggest church in town.
Oh yeah,
in a different city. It doesn't matter.
You could be in Charlotte.
There's several mindsets that you've got to work through. Mm-hmm. All right, and I mentioned these the other night, and maybe this will be helpful. We'll end with this.
Yeah.
4 mindsets that you have to figure out where you're going to land. And the first one is us versus them.
Right.
And this really happens in 2 ways: inside the church and outside the church.
Yeah.
So inside the church, you can have these groups that form around affinities. So you might have a younger group versus an older group, whatever. You might have traditional people versus more contemporary people, and you'll have this tension. And so every church has got to work through that and see it can't be, you can't have your mission is compromised.
Right.
When inside the walls of the church, you're not on the same team.
Yeah.
Us versus them is a huge one, a huge issue that churches got to work through, a mindset that you got to break down. And
it shows up in a whole bunch of different ways.
It shows up in a whole lot of different ways. And then the second one is me versus we. Mm-hmm. And this mindset and it happens over time that we become so comfortable with our church. It becomes my church, my pew, my service, my stuff. This is common.
Yes, very.
It's very common. And so sometimes we don't always think corporately. We think individually.
Yep.
All right. And my voice, my vote, my stuff, my way, and it's painful. It's painful if you're in a place for a long period of time. Like it happens in all of our homes. Like when you move into your home, right? My brother and his wife, they'd come to visit last weekend, and we were sitting down at the kitchen table, and he was like, "All right, are there assigned seats?" I was like, "No, you can sit where you want to. We don't." But when our kids were at home and they were little, and we would just sit down, we just naturally sat in the same seat.
Right.
It wasn't assigned.
No.
Tiffany didn't say like, "All right, here's your place." It just happened over time. You got comfortable. You know, some people listening, like if they were to go to their parents' house,
they would still sit in the same seat.
They would, but their dad has a chair in the den. That's his chair. Right? The same thing can happen with anything. It can happen with church too. And so any kind of change feels personal, like a personal attack on what I'm used to. And it becomes about me rather than about we. Sometimes changes in a church in the short term might not make sense, but in the long time, they're a benefit to the entire body.
Yeah.
And you got to work through that mindset of us versus them. I got my group, and then that group's different, and so us versus them. And then it becomes even more personal because it's me versus we. The third one is in versus out. Mm-hmm. And and it's not a false dichotomy. It's we gather, that's the in.
Yeah.
And then we scatter, and that's the out. Sometimes we make those we think of them as not complementary but opposing.
Opposing forces, yeah.
And in the little sort of analysis that this group did of our church, it did say it just sort of they were able to see indications of maybe more of an inward view that was out of balance with an outward view. And then the last one is what I would say new faces versus old friends.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is every church has to figure out how do new people that come into your church move from being a new face to an old friend.
Right.
How does that happen? And sometimes in churches are always, I mean, I really don't know any church, maybe they exist, that is adverse to new people coming.
Yeah.
They're not adverse to new people coming. They see a visitor. Oh man, we got visitors, especially if it's a young family.
I would say that they actually like when new people show up.
Yeah, they like it. But new people have to become a part of the family.
Yeah.
How do they get assimilated? And part of becoming a part of the family is serving, being welcomed to leadership, and participating in the life of the church. And sometimes, if a group has been here for a long time and they're the old family, sometimes it's hard to welcome a new face.
Yeah.
Every church has to figure that out. Every single one.
I would say, as coming from a place that where churches existed literally on every street corner, and there were new faces all the time, that the churches that don't figure this out don't exist very long.
Yeah,
they have to fold. There's no way to keep up. And the ones who take little steps, just little steps, grow like crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's amazing to see the difference.
Every church has to figure out whether they think this is a positive or a negative. That is, when they walk into the building, or they walk into the worship service, or they walk into a Sunday school class, that if 3 years from now, the vast majority of the people in that room or in that space are new to the church, is that a positive or a negative? Every church's got to figure that out. Same thing goes on with our community. Being in a community like Welcome, it's always been traditionally a small, rural, it's not even a town, really.
No, I mean, it's not incorporated at any level.
It's a community.
Yeah.
And the community had one high school, North Davidson, and several years ago they built a new high school and they messed that up.
But you notice that it's called North Davidson. It's not called Welcome High School.
It's called North Davidson
because North Davidson is the incorporating, it's part of the county.
Well, you got West Davidson,
exactly.
Central Davidson. You got
that's how rural we are.
Yeah,
like we don't have Armwood High School here, named for a person.
Right,
or a place.
Right.
You know,
I mean, I went to R.J. Reynolds High School.
Right. You were in Forsyth County, though.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, where Davidson County is predominantly farmland.
Yeah.
Or was farmland.
Yeah. So now Tiffany went to West Forsyth. You had North Forsyth, East Forsyth. But you had Parkland.
Are those all outlyings?
Yeah. They had Parkland, which is right down the road from here. You had R.J. Reynolds. You know, that was pretty much it when I was going through high school. But, I mean, there's more now. There's Reagan High School. There's Mount Tabor High School. So you have them named after communities.
Right.
Or people.
But
here's North Davidson. Now, when they started Oak Grove, they peeled off in order to populate the new school. They peeled off from North Davidson and Ledford. And so now you have the family is messed up.
Yeah.
Right? And so it was the beginning of this sort of reality of change. So, you know, I use the analogy Sunday night. You can go to Food Line in our little town and not see anybody you know. And probably wasn't true 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Probably was definitely not true 20.
And so when you're driving down these roads and you see that the land has been cleared and all these homes are going up, and you realize there's new faces coming to town.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's inevitable that it's going to change the dynamic of the community.
Oh, yeah.
It just is. A lot of the folks that move into a community like ours, most of them are not from this community. They're from outside of the community. So they're coming with different experiences, different ideas, different economic levels, educational levels. Everything's different.
Yeah.
And it just impacts the feel of the community.
Yeah. I mean, in this community, even in the year and a half that I've been here, the traffic, this is one of those things people complain about the traffic here. Yeah. I come from a place with like bumper to bumper traffic all the time. So but the traffic actually has increased. I see way more cars.
Oh yeah, it's increased
than I did when we first moved here. That was actually one of the beautiful things about living 10 minutes away. I was 8 miles away, 10 minutes drive, and now it's about 12 minutes, just because it takes me longer to turn out of my place.
Yeah,
you know. But that wouldn't have been it's not true before.
Yeah,
and
the church I served before coming here, I got there in 2005, and that side of Lake Norman was in the process of blowing up. That side, tons of people from out of town moving there, tons and tons. And I realized the church was only like 20 years old when I got there.
Still a baby church, and you had a lot of folks that were charter members that were still there. Yeah,
and I realized in my first year that it seemed to me, I kind of noticed that most of the major committees, like your personnel and finance,
right,
they all had charter members on the committees. That whenever we put together a building committee, and they felt obligated to have at least a charter member on every committee, even on that committee. Part-time secretary was a charter member. And part of that was because it's not that they weren't happy their church was growing. They just didn't want to lose complete control of it, right?
Yeah.
So they had people in strategic spots.
Right.
And I mentioned that to our administrative pastor. He's like, "No, I don't think so." And then he was in a meeting with the finance team, and here's what we were doing. We were establishing a mission scholarship fund, and that scholarship fund would be completely controlled by the mission committee. And a lady on the finance.
That's a no-no.
Well, what I mean is that they were able to.
Oh no! I'm actually saying, like, legally, that's a good way of doing it. But when you have charter members who have had say over everything,
right?
That's the no-no.
A lady in the meeting who was a charter member says, "I vote no." And so all it was is they were going to say, "Hey, the mission committee's got $10,000, and they get to decide how they spend it on scholarships." Right.
Yeah.
And she said, "I'm opposed to it." And my administrative pastor said, "Why?" She said, "Because I don't know those people. I can't trust them." He came back to me the next day. He says, I think you're onto something here. A church has to push through that.
Yeah.
A church will die if it doesn't learn, if it doesn't have a process by which new people can get into the church, like membership-wise, to where when they become members, they understand what a member is, they understand what the church is, they understand how the church functions, they understand the vision and mission of the church, and they're all in.
And that's everybody. Now everybody's on the same page.
We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
And the pastors then vouch for them. We do pastoral interviews. I can testify this guy's a brother. You know, he's walked with the Lord a long time. The Lord brought him here from Ohio, him and his family, where he served as a Sunday school teacher and a deacon, and his wife worked in children's ministry. They're incredible believers. They love Jesus, and they love his church, and they want to be a part of what we're doing here. And so that ought to be enough for the church to say, hey, turn them loose. Yeah. But you have new faces versus old family, and every church has to work through that. Every single church has got to work through learning to trust one another, learning to move beyond this is for me, what's best for we. Every church does.
So tell me, if you were to lay out what top 3 things that people need to understand to move past these us versus them, me versus we, in versus out, and the last one, old family, new friends, new faces.
New faces, old family, or old friends.
What are those 3 main things that we should know and we have to believe to be able to move on into the right lanes?
Well, first, the first thing I would say is to remember that the church belongs to Jesus. He planted this church.
He's one Lord,
100 and some years ago. He planted it. We have to forget, we just can't get into this mindset that a group of people somewhere along the way thought it'd be a good idea to have a church and welcome. And so they got together in a house, and then they bought some land, and then they built a building, and they built their church, and then they bought this land over here and built this church, built their church over here, and all this. No. Everything has happened because Jesus wanted it to happen.
Yep.
It belongs to Jesus. That's number one. It's not my church, not your church. Doesn't belong to the founders, doesn't belong to the seniors, doesn't belong to the kids. It belongs to Jesus.
Yep.
Secondly, he's not just the owner, he's the director.
Yeah.
So he has directed us concerning ministry and mission. Mm-hmm. We don't get to look at this and make it whatever we want. We follow Jesus's commands for his church. And one of the things that he said is that the primary function of us being together, as far as our mission, is to make disciples of all nations.
Yep.
Now, that involves conversion. Nobody becomes a disciple until they're converted to Christ. So we preach the gospel, we evangelize, but then we make disciples and we send them out. And so we have to make sure that the mission, here's how I would say it, the mission matters more than me.
Yeah.
Okay? And so that's the second thing. First, Jesus owns it. Second, Jesus directs it.
Yep.
And then third, Jesus loves it.
Yeah.
Jesus loves the church, and he loves its imperfections, and he's at work. He's not abandoned the church.
No. Yeah.
And so he loves the church in several ways. One, he is present with us when we gather for worship. He said, I'll be in the midst of you. Now, I know that the context is a church gathering to do discipline.
Right.
But the context is a church gathering, right?
And he's saying, I am working in and through you.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah. He's always with us, right? Yeah. But there is a unique experience of the presence of Jesus when the church gathers.
Yeah.
So one of the ways he expresses his love for us is he gathers with us.
Yeah.
Right? But another way that he expresses his love to us is, as a church, is that he provides for us.
Yep.
And he provides gifts for the church. Part of that gift is leadership. I mean, Paul said in Ephesians that the Lord has given these offices to the church.
The apostles, prophets.
So he has provided for his church. He's provided for First Welcome for over a century.
Yep.
He expresses his love in that. And then the third way that he expresses his love is by developing us as disciples. He made a promise that he would be at work in us, conforming us to the image of himself. That he who began a good work in you will complete it. And so one of the ways that you push through this is that you focus on Jesus. He's the founder of the church. He's the director, so to speak, the leader.
Yeah.
And he's the provider.
Right.
And when you can see evidence of Jesus at work in the church, that's enough.
It should,
you can look around and you can say, okay, I've been sharing with you about my music choices, right?
Right.
Listen, if Loretta Lynn was still alive and she wanted to come and lead worship one Sunday and sing, dude, I'd be on cloud nine. But a lot of people wouldn't like that. And guess
Her
what?
voice is an interesting combination.
She's the queen, man. She's the queen of country music. But but guess what? If I show up this Sunday and Loretta Lynn is not leading worship, who cares? That's not, for me, it's not really about.
Right.
But when you're focused on Jesus being at work and Jesus being faithful and Jesus being head of the church, when you're focused in that way, these tensions resolve.
Yeah.
They resolve. So that would be my best off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean,
top three things.
It's funny, we didn't talk about this beforehand, or any of us actually. And right. One of the things that you're hitting on is like, why do we have our 4 Gs? We gather, grow, give, and go.
Because we're told that in the scripture.
Right, we're told straight up. Yeah. Straight up. But we gather to know Christ better, right? And to worship his name. We grow according to the gifts that he's given us by his word and through his, with his people.
Yeah.
And we give to his mission. We give our time, talents, and treasures, right?
Yeah.
And then we go to fulfill his mission, right? Making disciples. But all of that is not by accident.
Yeah.
It's because Christ has given us something better than just a bunch of people to be related to.
Yeah.
He's given us something even greater than that. It's just not just a mission. We're his body on earth.
Yeah.
Like his physical representation on earth is the church.
Yeah.
And so we walk together in faith to proclaim the good news of what he has done and what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And that's a greater thing than anything you can come up with by yourself. None of us are that good because he's the ultimate creator, right?
Yeah.
And so just following his footsteps, that's all we're doing.
Part of our job as pastors, here's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Is that my job is first we have to give an account.
Yes. To Jesus for the ministry. Right.
And for the condition of the people, right? We're going to have to answer for how well we followed Christ's leadership for the mission and all the kind.
Yeah,
how do we handle the sheep? Right?
Go back to the fact he is the director, he's the leader, or we can just say the shepherd, the great shepherd.
We are under shepherds.
Under shepherds, yes.
Under shepherds, yeah. So part of that for me is I want to lead, preach, disciple in a way that whenever the appointed time comes for them to leave this world, they leave with joy, with Jesus on their lips, all right, with worship in their heart, that's how they fly out of here, all right? Now, early in my ministry, I joined a church staff, and there was a guy there, an older guy, and he really liked me. But I was brand new to the church, and he really liked me because I was in school, and he was an educator and a retired teacher and everything. But he let me know he had some serious problems with the church. And one of the problems was with the fact that not everybody used the King James. And this really just turned him upside down and inside out. This began to be an obsession with him.
That's very me versus we.
Secondly, he really, really, really had a problem with the previous pastor.
Oh.
Because the previous pastor was willing to lead the church we were in a downtown to do what was necessary to reach people, which meant changing some things, right? So it had gone from this deep South, stately, extremely formal thing to a little less formal. And I went to visit this guy in the hospital, and I remember him telling me, You know, I don't even know him. He's just ranting and raving about the previous pastor. One of the great sins of the previous pastor was he changed the pew Bibles from King James to NIV. And his point
was... That's a big swing.
And the pastor's argument was, we have these new believers and new disciples and people coming in. We want them to be, I preach out of the NIV, we want people to be able to follow along with us and sync it all up. And so my buddy, my friend here, he just was all sideways. And so as the months and years went on, he became angrier and angrier and angrier. And just to see him turn so angry because in spite of his best efforts, it wasn't turning his way. I mean, just angry, just became such an angry guy. He was a sweet man to me, but just became so obsessed with the version of the Bible and the formality or informality of the service and what he felt like was the failure of the previous pastor. I mean, just carried these grudges. And he died. And he died an angry, angry man. Whenever I talked to him, he didn't want to talk about Jesus. He wanted to talk about the fact that he didn't have the Bible being preached out of that he wanted. And I thought about that for a long time. And I thought,
something smells wrong.
But that can happen to all of our hearts.
Oh,
right?
yeah. We get fixed easy.
We can think that the mission Jesus has given us is attached to something that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? Like a version of the Bible, like a style of music, like whatever. Yeah. I mean, we can really, and this is why we have to be careful. So I really think that Sunday night when we met was a great time for us to talk about these kind of things and to just ask, hey, where's our joy? What's our mission? Are we going to do it together or not?
Yeah.
And how do we take steps forward? So it was good. It was really good.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought it went really well. We had some good ice cream beforehand. Oh, yeah. Well, everybody but me. And and then there was a bunch of other just nice. I would say everybody kind of got to the same place.
Well,
which after a time, almost everybody got to the same place. I thought it was good.
Yeah, pretty much. And then on Monday, when I came to the office, I thought to myself, Sunday night was so good, and I thought, well, I wonder if we have any leftover ice cream. That's what I was thinking. And it was all given away.
Yeah, it was all gone. Oh. Some of it's my house.
Some of those Nutty Buddies, I don't
even know if we had any of those left over.
Man. Yeah. So that might, if you're a young pastor listening to this, if you're going into a meeting that you're not sure if it's which way it's going to go, serve ice cream beforehand.
Oh no!
Maybe it'll soften the room up a little bit. I don't know. I'm just joking.
Yeah,
that wasn't the reason. The reason was we just thought it'd be nice to have some ice cream.
It was hot. It was hot outside, and it was nice. It was nice. Honestly, it was just a great gathering. Yeah, we had 2 great gatherings in a row. Not not outside of Sunday morning. We had one Wednesday night members meeting.
Great members meeting.
And probably the most encouraging members meeting we've had since I've been here.
It's great.
And then the report meeting that we had on Sunday evening, it was honestly didn't think that we were going to have that many. My number was lower.
Yeah, so it was good. So we're moving on.
Yeah,
summertime's a good time for us to think about these things, talk about them, and then move into the future. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah. So quick update on the calendar. We are planning on doing prayer meetings all week of the 17th of August.
So we're going to gather as a church, small groups, cottage prayer meetings, and pray about the future.
Yep.
And then we're going to have some more strategic sessions to talk about it and just walk together.
Yep.
And I think that's going to be really healthy for us and fun too. A lot of people in our church are very smart. They've walked with the Lord a long time. They have some wonderful ideas and some passions for how we can walk into the community and we can make disciples. And so we're just all going to, have some brainstorming sessions and strategic meetings. And so as we get into the fall, it'll be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
But other than that, we are probably going to wrap up right now.
Yeah, let's wrap up.
And it's only been 49 minutes. We got 10 more minutes.
No,
I'm joking. I digress. It's been our first since June 2nd. So I think this will ease into it. And in 2 weeks, we'll go back after I get back from Florida. Lord willing, we won't have any hurricanes that forced us home early. But yeah, we got Sunday. Sunday's coming. And then we're going to be worshiping together in the morning. And
kids are getting ready to go to camp next week.
Monday morning.
Yeah, and we roll on. The next thing you know, school starts, and then fall festival, and then we have mission conference in November, and then we have Christmas. It happens quick, buddy.
Can we get some snow for Christmas this year?
It happens quick.
That'd be nice. Not that God answers prayer like that, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right, but that's all we got for the rest of the day. I'm Corey.
I'm Chris.
And we will talk to you later.